Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're going to discuss a topic that's often debated in Muslim communities. Can a woman travel without a mahram? This question comes up frequently, especially in our modern world, where women study abroad, work, go on business trips, or even perform Hajj or Umrah. So what does Islam really say about this issue? Let's look at it step by step. First, what is a mahram? A mahram is a male relative whom a woman cannot marry, like her father, brother, son, uncle, or nephew. A husband is also her mahram. The concept of a mahram is meant to offer protection, security, and comfort for women, especially during travel, which in early Islamic times was often long, dangerous, and unpredictable. Traveling then meant crossing deserts, mountains, or seas, sometimes for days or weeks, with risks of robbery, assault, or getting lost. In that context, the Prophet Muhammad advised that a woman should not travel without a mahram, not as a punishment or restriction, but as a form of care and safety. There are authentic hadiths where the Prophet ﷺ said, "A woman should not travel except with a mahram, and no man should be with her unless her mahram is present." Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. When a man stood up and said, "O Messenger of Allah, I have been enrolled for such and such expedition, and my wife has gone out for Hajj," the Prophet told him, "Go and perform Hajj with your wife." From these narrations, many scholars concluded that it's not permissible for a woman to travel alone if the journey involves significant distance or risk. This ruling was established out of concern for her safety, dignity, and peace of mind, not as a limitation on her freedom. But now comes the modern question. Does this ruling still apply exactly the same way today? We live in a world where travel is very different from the time of the Prophet. Journeys that once took weeks can now take a few hours by plane. Airports, surveillance, ticketing systems, and security checks have made travel much safer and more regulated. Because of this, some contemporary scholars have re-examined the hadiths and concluded that the original reason, safety and protection, should be considered in context. If the journey is safe, the destination is secure, and a woman's safety is not at risk, then some scholars say it may be permissible for her to travel alone. For example, many scholars today permit women to travel alone for education, work, or medical reasons, especially when trustworthy companions, organized groups, or secure environments are involved. The great scholar Ibn Taymiyyah and later scholars like Sheikh Yusuf al-Qaradawi have mentioned that if the fitna, danger or temptation, is absent, then the ruling can be more flexible. So the issue isn't black and white, it's about understanding why the rule exists. Islam's goal has always been to protect, not to restrict. If safety, dignity, and Islamic behavior can be maintained, many scholars say that a woman can travel without a mahram, especially for good causes like seeking knowledge, visiting family, or performing Hajj with a trustworthy group. In fact, there's a narration where the Prophet foretold a time of peace saying, "A woman will travel from Hira to the Kaaba, fearing none but Allah." Sahih al-Bukhari. So, to conclude, the classical ruling is that a woman should not travel long distances without a mahram. But many scholars today agree that if the journey is safe, short, and for a good reason, such as education, work, or worship, it can be permissible, provided she maintains modesty and safety. Islam's teachings are always rooted in wisdom and compassion. They adapt to time, place, and context, while still protecting values. In the end, every person should act according to their situation, consult trusted scholars, and most importantly, travel with taqwa, awareness, and the intention to please Allah. Thank you for listening. If you found this discussion helpful, don't forget to share it with others. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.